This broadcast is presented to you by Mayo Clinic, the #1 hospital in the world.
SKM and Fanny. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here now to our Polo Line viewers who are just tuning in. It's also a good thing if you are actually here at the venue to tune in as well, so you get all the replays and all the action there from Polo Line. And you can see that on YouTube, via Facebook as well, on Polo Line TV through the app. So from left to right, we can see coming from the left, we have the Abu Dhabi team, and from the right, in the blue and pink shirts, is Al Basha. The two teams will line up in front of us here now, and then we'll get this first match underway. The City Final, we've had some fantastic games to get to this point so far, which has been incredibly competitive. And now we have our sub-finals here today. And so as our two teams line up here now, I'd like to, first of all, invite our guests here at Ghantoot to come forward first. And playing at number 1 for Al Basha is Hani Jabsi. Up you come, Hani. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Playing at number 2, a great force in this team is Eloan Badarello. At 3, it is Tommy Willens. And a familiar name to all of us here in the UAE, it is Juan Abrasio. And ladies and gentlemen, for our Abu Dhabi team, our home team here who are based here at Ghantoot, it is Saleh Al-Ghaziri. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. And playing at number 2, it is Faisal Al-Yabrudi. At 3, it is Bautista Bello. And at number 4, it is the one and only Kakua Raja. So now we'll just ask the cars to leave the field, and then the umpires will get this one underway. And you can see for our Polo Line viewers, we have Hani Jebse playing at number 1, Eloan Badarello playing at 2, Tommy Willens, and Juan Abrasio. And so our two teams will start to make their way over to the far side of the field. For our umpires out there on the field are Peter Wright and the Prof, Chris Hyde, and our third man, Santiago Torreguitar. So we have a very full day for you here, ladies and gentlemen, with this, the subsidiary final, which is proudly sponsored by South, part of the Elite Cars Group. some vehicles there in front of us in the grandstand, just down there below, and the actual car to win is there as well. So go and have a look. They look absolutely amazing with a great finish on them. And then we have the kids zone area, of course, by Kezad. Some great vendor market stalls, which have got some leather goods. There's handmade soaps, some jewelry items, and many, many more. So please have a little wander down to those as well. Our market stall here to the left-hand side of the grandstand as you look out towards the field. And then we'll have our main finals. And following this, we'll go forward to our award ceremony. And then we have a live concert by Not So Human. And following this, we'll have about 8:30. We'll have the last call for the Southwest raffle. At 8:45, we will have the actual raffle draw. And Mr. Ellie, the general manager of Southwest, will be here for that draw, which will be a great opportunity to win one of these cars. At 9 o'clock, we'll have the event conclusions. And so the two teams start to line up here now to get this one underway. It looks like we have umpire Hyde on the far side there. The prof just explaining a few rules and just basically saying there'll be zero tolerance out there this afternoon. So the ball's into play. And we're away here now in, of course, the sub-final of the Emirates International Polo Championship. And out of the line-out coming out here is Bouty. Bouty comes away with it here, takes it round onto his near side, back onto his stick side, being pursued there by Eloan. He turns away from him, turns back inside, looks to take that one away there from Willens and tries to flick it up here for his teammate and sends that one up forward here now and tries to get onto it, but Ambrosio tries to steal that one away, but no, it's taken further there. Here by Bouty, and Bouty cuts that one in towards the goal, but he's allowed Ambrosio in onto that one. Ambrosio hooks a mallet off out of it. The near side backhand comes in there by Eloan, but it's here now for Bouty. It is Joe Willens. Willens picks that up, goes under the neck with that one there. Fizzes that one up the field here now, looking for Ambrosio. Ambrosio picks it up and comes forward, being marked there by Bouty, coming on the near side to try and spoil that play. There was it Rudy, but it's sent up nicely there by Hani Shebsi, but there's nobody home to pick that one up from his own team. And going back onto it is going to be Bautista. Bouty checks, turns, comes back inside. He has his teammate in there behind him, looks to send that ball up forward, and in doing so strikes it into the pony. And the rules of Polo are set up for safety of horse and player. And if they drive it directly into the horse, and if there's players allowed to be there, then there will be a penalty against them. We're going to see it on the replay there from Polo line. And you see the player just concernedly looking down onto his pony. And so the umpires have moved this up here now for a penalty in favour of El Basha, looking to open up their account from the 40-yard line. This is a defendable penalty, of course, for those not familiar with polo. The players may come from wide of their goal mouth to try and defend it when the ball has been struck. And for our non-polo people here present at Ghantoot, we will just try and fill you in on a few of the rules. The rules of polo, as I said, are basically set up for safety of horse and player. And coming off onto this one here is Arrojo. One comes in, strikes it well, goes across, gets stopped though by Bouty. Bouty clears it away, yields off it, leaves it here now for his teammate to pick that one up and send it up forward out there wide towards the far side from us here on the grandstand side to get that one up there from Kaku. Kaku sends that one out there. Trying to get onto it is going to be Bouty's. Just overshot that one a little bit. And coming in, he just hooks the player off who was coming in to try and take it forward and picks up the play here nicely here now. Oh, and he's gone back over it again. He was looking to see where he's going to pass it. Goes back, looks to play the backhand and gets it cleared down the field. But unfortunately for him, it hops out over the boards. And with it hopping out over the boards, the ball will be dropped. Where it went out over the boards for El Bashi to bring back into play. Ambrosio taps it the once, opens shoulder up and said, nice little weighted pass, looking there for Willens. Willens up onto the play here now. Willens looks for the centering shot, looking to send that one in as he does, but it looks like it's going to be Bouty to pick it up, try to clear it away. Oh, and he gets that half spoilt in the play there for him, but he managed to recover possession of it quite nicely and picks it up away from the goalmouth area. play. Leaves it now for Kaku. Kaku sends that forward, comes off the pony. It's a long distance away, so it's not a direct hit into it, so no whistle will be called onto that one there, and Bouty picks it up once more. Kaku comes in, picks up the play, but we end up with Bouty trying to go forward and just collects Willens in the process. And in the rules of polo, there's quite often you can't block somebody, but you also can't go crashing into them, so let's see what umpires decide. So the ball's dropped down here now for a penalty, as umpire Wright just explains it to them. And so it looks like this penalty is going to go in favour of Al-Basha. Al-Basha heading towards the Dubai end of the field. That's the right end of the field. And it's Willens to pick up the play here now. Willens strikes that one well. He gives that ball a good ride. Up the field it goes. Up goalward bound. It could go all the way. Has it got the legs? They tried to stop it, but no. It looks like it has gone all the way. The flags are off. So that's a beautiful strike there from Willens. It must have been about 150 yards out from the goal. I say yards because the polo field is 300 yards long and 165 yards wide. The goal mouth itself is 8 yards wide. It's exactly the same size as a field that has been excavated in Old Persia, dating back 600 BC. So we've actually just got a player dismounted there quickly. Reckon he's got an issue with the horse, and in doing so, it's actually Kaku Arajan. If he's got an issue with the horse, it might have just slipped or taken a bit of a knock. And so for the welfare of the horses, he is dismounted, and he's going to go and change that one. But it also gives a couple of the other players the opportunity to change as well in this first of 4 chukkers here this afternoon. And we're at 4:35 on the clock. So nearly halfway through this first 7.5 minute chukker. It looks like the umpires have said, well, if they're taking their time, guys, you can all go and change, or we'll await for you to come back to the middle of the field once again. And there we have, for our Polo Line viewers, innovation in equine protection, a great form to protect, a great device to protect horses from their poll, the top of their head, the centre between the eyes, and also on the temples, give them extra protection. And there you can see for our Polo Line viewers, on Instagram it's Polo Line OK, Facebook it is Polo Line Int, and on YouTube Polo Line TV. So tune in to Polo Line TV on Facebook, drop us a message and tell us where you're viewing from, and we'll see if we can give you a shout out halfway through the match. So players coming back out on the field here now. So currently it looks like we've got 118 people watching, which is a good number for chukker number 1 of the subsidiary final. So the two teams will line up there on the far side to get this chukker back underway once again. Umpire Hyde bowls that ball into play. Into play it goes. Picked it up there, does Bautista. Bouty pulls it back away from Elliot Willens and goes forward with the play here once again. Sweeps that one nicely underneath the neck. Looking to see where his teammates are. He opts to take it himself a little bit further. Bounces that ball in there nicely. And Owen is in there, looking to put the pressure on, forcing him to make a turning play away from the goals and come back in. Lovely bit of horsemanship there by Bouty, and tries to send that one up here for Kaku, but it doesn't quite reach him, and it's picked away by Willens. Willens now leaves it here for Ambrosio. Juan Ambrosio opens that shoulder up and lets that one go, looking here now for his man up forward. But Kaku come back, read that well, plays a nice open backhand, looking for Bouty to try and come onto. Bouty comes in onto that play with Ambrosio in there with him, keeping the pressure on. Just turning it one way, turn the other, but he pulls it back again once more, decides to flick it forward and go up on the move here now. He knows he's got Kaku in behind, but at this point in time, he doesn't quite need him. Trying to reach back for that one there as Willens and interfering with the play, and we end up with a whistle on the play. If the ball comes past you, if you're directly on the line and the ball comes past you, past your boot, then you may have a stab at it. But you can see he's reaching back for it in the replay there. And it looks like the ball has gone through the goal, so they've given the goal. So now it is 1 goal all as the players go back to the middle of the field for the ball to be rolled in. And after each goal is scored, of course, they change ends for evenness of weather conditions and field as well. So back to the middle of the field it is. The Prof to bowl it back in once again. Looks for a bit of a gap, gets it in nice and clean through out the back of the line out. Quickly onto that one is Ambrosio. Ambrosio sends that forward, but shows a bit too much of that one there to Bautista. Bauti checks, turns, comes back inside. He's got Kaku there with him, and Kaku comes off the back of it. We have a pretty similar scenario as we had previously. So let's see what the umpires decide on this one. They've placed the ball down. Let's have a look at the replay here now for our viewers on Polo Line. And the line of the ball is the line the ball has travelled, and it is infinite. And effectively what you have there once again is Bauti's come forward with onto what he believed the old line was, but he rode straight into the player. Kaku comes away from it. You could say he's riding into him. You could say he's blocking. And you're not allowed to block an opposition player for a player with the ball within 2 horses' lengths, if that makes any sense. So it is going to be Willens. Willens picks that one up nicely and sends that forward. It's along the ground, trying to get up for Ambrosio. Ambrosio scrambling into this one here now. Looks to try and flick that one forward and tries to get that one through the goal. And it looks like the flagman is convinced, and through the goal it is. So nice work goal there by El Basha from Willens. Up there to Ambrosio. He had a bit of traffic in front of him, as we can see on our replay here now. But he managed to get in, just sneaks that one through the pony's legs. And through the goals it is. So it's 2 goals it is now for El Basha in the blue and pink. So changing ends once again, and on the far side, it'll be the Prof to bowl it in once more. The Prof bowls that ball into play. Stuck there in the middle as Bautista comes away with it. Quickly going to be marked there by Willens. Gets told he has to use it. Flicks that one out and passes it away there for Kaku Araja. Kaku fizzes that one up forward here now. Kaku trying to get that one up to Yabrudi, but first onto it will be Eloan. Eloan sends a good tail backhand, good simple play, none of this turning business, and sends a good strong play out for Willens to come onto. Ooh, he couldn't quite pick that one up cleanly, but leaving it here now for Gaziri. Gaziri makes a nice turn there. Gaziri, once again, in possession, flicks into the middle of the field, but it's picked up by Ambrosio, reaches out a long way for it. Kaku just has to yield off, otherwise he would have infringed him across that line, and sends this one up nicely here now, and he sends it up there for Willens. Willens at pace, up over the halfway line, looking for a little bit more from the persuader there. Was Gaziri, but I think I might have heard a whistle as they keep on going forward up the field here and in towards the goal it is, but unfortunately it's just gone wide. And yep, I did hear a whistle. What they call a double whipping. You may ask for a little bit more from your horse, but you have to give it time to be able to respond before you can strike it again. And in the welfare of the horse, as you can see on the replay here, 1, 2, quickly, that's it. Thank you very much indeed. The umpire's sharp. And so we're just going to drop this one down here now for a penalty 3. It's a penalty 2, I believe it is. Penalty 2, so that's a 30-yard undefended goal in favour of El Basha, and a yellow card has been given for misuse of the whip. Just got caught up in a little bit of adrenaline, as it were. So, one Ambrosio. Wanjo canters around here nicely on this beautiful little pony. Comes up to it, drops the mallet down. No mistake there for Ambrosio. Putting another one on the board there for El Basha, making it 3 goals it is now for El Basha. The 1 for Abu Dhabi. With just under 2 minutes left to play here in chukker number 1. Remember I said before it's 7.5 minutes long, the chukker, but the clock here has the full 7.5 minutes on. So at 7 minutes, or at 30 seconds rather, the first hooter will go. And then we have 30 seconds of sudden death at the end of each chukker, apart from the last one, unless they're tied. So ball back into play. Kaku comes away with this one here, meaning business. He wants another one here now. Kaku over the 60-yard line. Ambrosio coming back at pace with him there, looking to ride them off. They cancel each other out, but it's left here now for Willens. Backs it away from the danger zone. Out there for Hani. Lovely pass out there for Hani. Hani doesn't come onto it, unfortunately. It looks like he might have lost his mallet, I think it is, so he couldn't have anything to hit it with. But picking this one up here now is Eloan, and he picks it up. Going back with him is Bauti. Eloan and Bauti going back hard onto this here now. Flat chat up the field over the 60. A little bit wide, takes the man, leaves the play, gets good communication with his teammate Willens, and Willens brings this one forward here now. Just keeps it away there from Bauti. Nothing he can do. Just caught there in front, and nothing he could do on that one there. So well-worked gameplay there by El Basha, with a good breakaway there by Eloan, and then gets called off it. As Willens found himself clean and unmarked, and he just managed to tap that one away through the goals. So another one on the board there for El Basha. And there goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end Chukka number 1. With the score being El Basha Polo 4, Abu Dhabi 1. And so for our Polo Line viewers, we'll go to a few messages and adverts before we start Chukka number 2.
Welcome to the prestigious Ghantoot Racing and Polo Club, where world-class training meets unmatched passion for horses. Join our new horse training classes and learn from the best. Be a part of our legacy of excellence. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live on Polo Line, and welcome back with the score after Chukka number 1, 4-1 it is. And we'll be looking to get this match back underway again. Just waiting for Ambrosio to bring his teammates. We just see that last goal there. Nice teamwork there. A good backhand to start it off from the scoreboard end of the field. But unfortunately, Hani had lost his mallet in the melee just previous to that, and then it was picked up by Eloan, who took it forward. He got called off it, and it ended up being given out there for Willens, a super talented player, and therefore in this line out coming away with it here now. It is going to be trying to pick it up on the near side as Willens, but now it's picked up by Bautista trying to go forward onto it, but looks to pick that one away once again. Is Willens, goes near side, then goes near side backhand to send that forward. He was looking there for Eloan, but first to service with the play. Here will be Kaku Araja. Oh, has to go back to recover that one. Araja finds a little bit of space. You see, he just turns, checks. Does he dummy? Yes, he does. He comes back inside, coming in behind his Bauti to give him a little bit of a helping hand. Picks it up and brings his ball up forward here nicely there. Does Bautista. Bauti under the neck. Nice weighted pass to get that one up for Kaku. Can't get on into that one as Abrasio. Comes in there with a big neck shot and the ride off, and we end up with a whistle on that play. And I think we can clearly see what it was. Ride-offs have to be shoulder-shoulder. We're nearly shoulder-shoulder, but the other thing is, if you're playing a neck shot, your mallet may not travel from in front of your horse to in front of the person who's riding you off horse. And you saw there the mallet came underneath and did make connection. And we have another whistle on the play. Maybe there's a little bit of something going on further up the field. There should be no contact between the players until the ball is in play. And so we have Willens. Taps it up forward. Brings up to his marker. Kaku goes forward. Kaku managed to cut that one out there. Very talented and experienced player is Kaku Araja. Kaku runs his ball over the far side of the field in some open space. But you see, you have Willens coming down the middle of the field here now. Gone forward there is Bautista. The man goes with him. He opens his shoulder and drives and sends that one up forward here now. And up the front door it is there, looking for Bautista. He's hooked off out of it, and the ball just stops before the goalpost cleaned out, and it's Mabrosio to tidy things up here now for El Basha. Just flicks out the other side there of Bautista. He dummies the play to send it up to Willens and goes by himself. Feeling confident here now is Ambrosio. Sends it up the middle of the field. Can he get onto this next play? Has he got the horse? Takes the man. Goes to near side. Can't pick it up. But slipping across in front there is Saleh. Manages to get away with that one there. And it's now sent forward here by Kaku Araja. And then we do get a whistle on the play.
the umpires want to unpick on this, if they go back a little bit further, is the advantage being played or not? We see Kaku Raja's going forward on our replay here now and trying to drag that one forward there. Is Willens. In doing so, he might have impeded. And so a little bit of a discussion there with the umpire. Umpire right, but the ball's placed down here now for a penalty two, an undefended 30-yard penalty for Marcus Kakuraja. Kaku comes in, drops the mallet down, just makes it look absolutely effortless indeed. Perfect technique there for Kakuraja, and through the goals it is, putting goal number 2 on the board there for Abu Dhabi. Made the score, 4 goals to Basha, 2 goals it is for Abu Dhabi. About 5.5 minutes left to play here in chugger number 2 before we go to the half-time break. And so, on the far side of the field, the Prof. Prof bowls that ball into play. Comes up forward with it here now. Tries to flick it back. Does Eloan to get it there for Ambrosio. Ambrosio flies that one up forward where Willens has gone out there in forward up into an attacking position. Going back with him though, it's going to be Kaku. Kaku in there with Willens. Willens takes a man, clears it now for Ambrosio. He flicks it back for his teammate, but slipping in onto that one there quickly is going to be Araja. Sends that one up forward here now, looking for Al-Ghaziri. Al-Ghaziri trying to get as much out of that pony as he can. Gets up forward here now, and unfortunately got to look a bit too quick, but couldn't quite pick up the ball. But this time it's picked up and fed up forward once again here now. Sent up forward in towards the goal, towards the goal, towards the goal, towards the goal, and through the goal it is. So a great goal there for Abu Dhabi. Scored there, I think it was Faisal Jabrudi. Let's just have a little look on that replay. And so the score now, 3 goals to 4 it is as the players come back to the middle of the field. But it looks like they're giving 3 changes here. And so the umpires go to the middle of the field and then they will blow their whistle to stop the clock. And so I'll just have a slight pause here whilst the players leave. It's approximately about 1 minute for them to change and come back out onto the field. So it is literally a quick change, hopping from one horse to the other. You see a lot of the players don't actually dismount. They'll actually just hop from one horse to the next one. Being held by the magnificent job that the grooms and farriers and vets and everybody else concerned makes the job a lot easier and a lot slicker for the players. You'll normally find at these games that they will bring their farrier with them. You see FX down there with the El Basha. And the club groom, I'm sure, is the club farrier for the Abu Dhabi team, is in their camp and pony lines in case they lose a shoe and want to come back and repeat the horse again. A Polo pony may play 2 chuckers in any match, provided it has at least 1 chucker break. But they tend to split them 50-50, and we're back into play once again. And Eloan tries to get away with that one there, but it ends up being hooked off out of it. Willen sends it up, but it doesn't quite reach Eloan, but it's going to be picked up here by Bautista. Bautista on the play. Bauti checks up on this one, coming in to try and give him a helping hand and taking it off the line there is Kaku. We get a whistle on the play. Kaku's coming parallel. He didn't come across. You see, on the replay here, he's just come straight down it, and you've got Willens turning onto a new line, and I think we'll probably find this is going in the favour of Ubasha. The way to stop that sort of problem happening is make sure you actually make a play on the ball before your teammate picks it up. So you've created a new line. And there's another blocking situation there. So it's Willens for El Basha. From the 60-yard line, penalty 4 comes in. Ooh, he's got a bit of dirt with that one. Bejor sends that one out towards the side here. Tries to get back onto his own line to send the backhand. Gets a backhand, but he gets stopped here. Coming in is Eloan. Eloan picks it up nicely and sends that one in towards the goal. Can he just flick that one in? Yes, he manages to finish that one off nicely there. There's Eloan Maradeo. You can see it on our replay here now. Just got stopped there, and then he managed to hook Balti, and then he ended up just flicking that one away, putting another one on the board there for El Bashi here in chukker number 2. 5-3. Oh, and they've got a very strong blow on the whistle. Maybe there's a little bit of tittle-tattle coming from the players, and yes, there is. So we have a technical. And so the ball's being dropped down instead of having a roll in. We'll have a midfield penalty. The captains may ask a question to turn around and ask the umpire to explain what the foul was, of course. But any more dissent towards the umpire, continued chit-chat, will be penalised, as we've just seen here on a technical play. And too much of it, you can be yellow carded. And you can also be given the opportunity to go and sit on the sideline for 2 minutes for a sin bin. So it is back into play. But we also do have a red card as well for extremely dangerous play. And then we get another whistle on the play. It's just not really opening up. They're just not clearing the way nicely here now, are these teams. You can see it on our replay on Polo Line. Getting onto it is Kaku. And Brojo just blocking him there. He thought he had plenty of room, but Kaku Raja brings it back into play here now. Kaku Raja taps it up forward, brings it to the marker, and another one sends that one out forward. Up the front door it goes. It's a little bit out towards the right-hand side, but they can't get to that one in time as Araja's struck that ball nice and sweetly. But just too much for his teammate to get to before he could just finish it off through the goals. So the ball's placed down on the back line here for Juan Abrosio to bring into play. Abrosio taps it up forward. You see Willens going one way, then goes the other way. He keeps it himself. Here does Abrosio. He wants to pull the man in. He's looking to bring Kaku in close to him. But in the meantime, just walking this one up the field here nicely. Goes back to give him a helping hand here now, does Willens. Yields off it, goes forward, goes up forward, up onto play, allowing Willens to come in onto it. You see Bale coming across there, onto that play with him as well. Goes with the next shot, sends that ball, bombs it up the front here, looking for Eloan. Eloan comes in, picks it up nicely, going goalward bound here now. He's got Fuzzy Broody putting pressure on. He goes from a distance, but unfortunately didn't quite get over enough to get the angle through the goals. It just goes wide. So good play there from Eloan. Good defence there by Yabrudi. And out wide it goes. So the ball will be placed on the back line here now. For Kaku Raja. Kaku taps it up forward. Up to Eloan his marker. 2 marking 4 there as the primary defender. So it is coming up onto that one. Oopa! Bautista nearly unseated himself on that one there, but the beauty of youth back into the plate quickly. First onto this one here will be Kaku. Sends that one up the front door. He's looking there for Yabrudi. Yabrudi gets onto that one away there, but he couldn't quite pick that ball up, and it's picked and cleared up away nicely there this time. By Abrosio going deep down into that corner with Salah chasing him, putting the pressure on. Goes with a bit of a show and go. Gets away there from his man. There does Abrosio. He's got it a little bit trapped in on the board, so yields off, leaves it here for Eloan. Eloan picks it up. Eloan looking to come in. Gets taken away by Araja, but first up onto that one is Abrosio. He read that quickly and anticipated it well, but it's only as far as Bautista goes near side, goes stick side, takes the hook and still retains possession of the play nicely here. Does Bautista. Bauti keeps his ball moving forward, juggles it in the air. Why? Because he can. The skill, the eye of the man, takes his ball forward once again. Goes a little bit wide on it, looking to try and make a play. Yields off and leaves it for Kaku. He'll have to make a positive play on it, and a positive play he does, and you don't get much more positive than that from Kaku Raja. Through the goals it is for another one on the board there for Abu Dhabi. Making the score El Barsha 5 for Abu Dhabi. And there it is, the first 2 to goes, and therefore we will end chukker number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll go into a slightly extended break here whilst the players change at half-time to have a quick team chat. And then we'll come back out again for the second half of this match for chukker number 3. In the meantime, for our Polo Line viewers, we'll go to a few messages and adverts.
we come back from the halftime break with the innovative play of the match. Mayo Clinic breakthrough moment.
Well, Juan Cruz was a little slow getting going there, and Riglos has nipped in and once again stolen the ball back here for Ancora. Good skills by Riglos around the corner at pace. And showing his class here is Jose Riglos, and he's still going. Can he find the goal shot? This looks very good to me. It's close. It's got to be close. Oh, what a goal that is. Extraordinary by Jose Riglos. Here's the goal of the match. Could be goal of the season. Look at this. I love that. Beautifully judged by Riglos. A lovely touch there to get that one through the posts. So good. We've shown it twice. Here's Tommy. Coming through at pace, goes near side, ball comes up short of that back line nicely for him, and he gets the flick and gets it across the line. And this could well be a goal from the MVP. What a game Khaled Al Omran had. Riglos.
So welcome back to our Polo Line viewers. And we now go to the chucker by chucker for the first two chuckers. At the end of chucker number one, El Barsha pounced on Abu Dhabi, 4-1. Abu Dhabi came back and woke up and came in a lot stronger there in chucker number two, with only the 1 goal scored by El Barsha, making it 5-4 for the 3 goals scored there by Abu Dhabi. And so the two teams will come in front of us here in the Sheikh Zayed Field grandstand for the old race course that used to be here. What a magnificent venue for a race course it was too. And so this time it'll be umpire right to bowl these balls in. It looks like we're just having a little bit of stirrup adjustment there, with Bautista just helping Uncle Peter out. And rather than traditional saddles where they go through a bar, a lot of the stirrups go through the actual tree of the saddle. It does make them a little bit more stiff to adjust those stirrups. So it's an Abu Dhabi horse. The captain of the Abu Dhabi team, Bauti, comes up and gives them a helping hand. And so Chris Hyde, the prof, is back on the field as well, warmed up his pony. So, ball into play. Into play it is. Off the back of the line. Kaku tries to pick that one up, but Bauti comes in and picks that one, sends it out here now for Araja. Araja gets his play spoiled and stolen away from him there by Ambrosio. Ambrosio tries to turn away from him, does so, gets up in towards the middle of the field. After all, it is the middle of the field. From one end to the other is the shortest distance, but it's flicked away from there by Bauti, and pouncing on it quickly is Araja. Araja on the play, being chased there by Eloan. Eloan in there, putting the pressure on. Coming round onto it to make the spoiling play as Ambrosio does so, leaves it for Eloan. Goes with a long shot, so he end up with a horse race up onto this one here now. Uraburi goes back up onto this one here. Goes over for this stick side rather than playing near side in front of Ambrosio, and we get a whistle on that play. Gagu's just asking why to the umpire, but let's have a look at the replay here from Polo Line. And gone near side would have been sweet, but unfortunately he crossed over to play at stick side, it looks like, from my position up here at the back of the grandstands. And so the umpires heavily seem to agree, and we end up having a penalty too. Yes, a penalty too, a 30-yard undefended penalty here now in favour of El Barsha. And it's Juan Ambrosio. And coming up onto that one, there's Ambrosio. Ambrosio comes in and drives that one away. So it is 6 goals. It is now to El Barsha. 4-4. Abu Dhabi. So quickly back to the middle of the field here now. For umpire right to bowl this ball back into play. El Barsha heading back towards Dubai. And Abu Dhabi facing towards Abu Dhabi. So ball into play. Into play it is. Off out the back of the line out. Kaku Raja. Raja turns. He's getting pressurised well there by Ambrosio. Ambrosio just yields off him. Leaves Kaku there. Kaku has to make a play. Does so. Sends that ball up forward. And he's now here looking for Salah. Salah looks to pick this one up. He picks that one up from behind in front of Willens. Goes up forward once again and in through the goal he goes. So he manages to collect that ball in front of Willens and take it forward. And through the goal it is. Making it 5 goals it is now for Abu Dhabi. 6 for El Barsha. And a very good afternoon here for our guests from Oman who have come up to watch us here today. And so the two teams line up once again. On umpire right, bowls that ball into play. Out the back of the line, out it comes this time. Bale gets a little bit on the near side, trying to get that one up for the near side play there from Kaku, but it's taken away by Elo, and his backhand just reaches enough there for Willens to get onto. Comes off the umpire pony and trying to pick this one up here is going to be Ambrosio. Mayo comes in towards the middle of the field. A nice little flick in there to him here. And he opens that shoulder up and drives that ball up the field nicely, looking for the man up the front door, trying to get back over to it as Eloan, but first onto it here will be Bouty. Dummies the backhand, looks to come forward, but didn't get the better there of Eloan as he ends up sending a nice backhand onto the near side. For Kaku Raja. Kaku sends the man forward. Coming round onto him is going to be Ambrosio. Goes with the near side backhand. Kaku retains possession here. Goes, looks to go under the neck with that one there. And it's now going to be picked up here by Bautista. Bautista looking for Kaku. Kaku's ball leaves it back now for Bautista once again. Looks over his shoulder. Ambrosio's there. It's his new best friend for today. And he goes with a little tail backhand. Nice play there by Bouty. Out for Kaku. Kaku on the move. Kaku going forward. He gets hooked off out of that one there, but keeps on going forward. Does Araj, and the ball's left here now for Willens. Willens comes in, coming round onto him there is Bouty, but he pulls that ball away, so he has to go the long way around the pony there. Did Bouty, gets a nice little flick shot and sends that one up forward and looking to get up past Yabrudi here now. Does so, goes with a good long driving shot at pace. Does Willens. Willens on the move here now. He's a little bit wide. Does he have time to check up? I say it does. Ambrosio takes the next man and goes with a little flick and puts that one away very tightly indeed it is. For Andrew Willens. Sorry, Tommy Willens, son of Andrew Willens. Hope you're watching, Andrew. It's been a long time. And it is now 7 goals to El Barsha, 5 for Abu Dhabi. It looks like we're about halfway through this chukker, so the players have been once again to be given a free change for the conservation of these horses. They start, of course, tomorrow up at Deepak in Abu Dhabi for the Emirates Cup, and we already have the 17th edition of the Gold Cup at Halab Tour has already started. That is 20 goal level. And for all of those of us on Polo Line and those here live, please jump onto Instagram, and it is at Polo Line OK, Facebook Polo Line Int, and Polo Line TV for YouTube. So I'll see if we can give a quick little shout out to a couple of people that are hopefully watching and maybe left me a couple of comments on who is already watching. But we don't really have many comments, but we do have 148 views so far here of this match on Facebook Polo Line. And so the players have left the field. They're coming back onto the field, and in screenshot there you have Willers who just scored that magnificent goal. And umpire right. Just waving the two teams together. We've got 3 of the Abu Dhabi players, and only Willens arrived here for El Barsha as the Barsha starts to come back into shot here now. And to keep everybody up to date, of course, with everything about polo, interviews, previous matches from all over the world, you should download the app on Polo Line TV. So 2 teams lining up. Umpire right bowls that ball into play. Out the back of the line, out it comes. What we like to see, it goes out the back, opens the game up instead of having these little melees. And it's Kaku Raja in there with Abruzio. Abruzio just cleans off it and allows Kaku to get the play, so he didn't infringe him. He goes forward onto it. Back onto this one. It's going to be Eloan. Tries to get the hook in and does so. Does Bautista. It's now left here for Willens once again. Willens tries to come away there from Greasley. Hooper, and the pony just comes up and down a little bit, so he just pauses in that play to allow him to compose himself, and the umpire's looking after our minister there, His Excellency. And unfortunately, has created an infringement, a foul in the process. But well sat, sir. And this will get moved up here now for a midfield penalty in favour of El Basha. So the ball is teed up here now for Tommy Willens. Circles round up on for a midfield penalty. It's 150 yards to the goal. Comes in, gives that ball a ride. It's low, but he gets cut out the play there by Bauti. Trying to get onto this one here is going to be Eloan, but in there comes the backhand of Bautista. Was Eloan allowed in that position? Did he ride into the backhand, endangering his horse? Let's have a look on our replay for our Polo Line viewers. They're all trying to get onto it, trying to get in there. He goes with the bump and tries to fish it out, but also Bauti makes a strike at the ball, and it looks like Bauti was not allowed to make the play there. Umpires deeming that Eloan had more right to that play, because on either side of the line of the ball there's an easement of about a couple of metres, and you may enter it provided you do so safely. But if you've been ridden off, you can't strike across another horse and potentially injure it by hitting it in the leg. So we have a penalty to a 30-yard undefended penalty ball. Juan Abruzio comes in, taps that one away, says thank you very much indeed. Goal number 8 goes on the board there for El Basha. And so back to the middle of the field. 3-goal margin here in chugga number 3. 2 teams back to the middle for umpire right to bowl this ball back into play. Two teams line up, looks for a gap, balls that one in, out the back of the line, out it comes once again. Abruzio in there, takes Kaku off at it, or Kaku takes Abruzio, so he tries to send that out there. And it's Willens pursuing Bautista there. Bautista takes it deeper down, goes wider out towards the side here now. Looks to try and take that ball forward, but he just left that behind. Abruzio goes with a nice backhand onto that one there, but quickly round onto it is Willens once again. Beautifully mounted here is this El Basha team, and he sends it from a distance. It's going, but just to the right-hand side. But it was close enough for Bautista to have to go scrambling back for it. So on the back line it is for Abu Dhabi's Kaku Raja to bring into play. Kaku taps it up forward. Still on his marker. Comes in onto it, goes under the neck with that one there and fizzes it out here now nicely. For Faisal Yabrudi on the play at the halfway line. Straightens himself up, gets up going. But he tried to get that one up the middle of the field, but it's going to be picked up here by Abruzio. He avoids the hooking attack there from Bautista. And it is Abruzio deep down on the boards on about the 40-yard line, checks up. No, he's actually on about the 30-yard line, comes away from the middle of the play, but he gets ridden off well out of it there by Bautista. Bautista comes forward, just checks up, pulls that ball forward. Lovely bit of horsemanship and great hand-eye coordination, but I gave him the curse, and it's going to be picked up here now by Kaku Raja. Raja being swamped on there, and next onto it, there's Salah. Salah goes in onto it, and it's backed away. Someone says it's a goal, someone says it isn't. The flagman hasn't moved. We're going to have to go back and have a look at this one. Yes, the umpire said it's a goal, so second goal there. Oh, El Ghaziri, rather, making it 6 goals. It is to Abu Dhabi now, 8 to El Basha. So a very useful part of this team, of course, are Yabrudi and Ghaziri. We've ended up with a penalty one having been given. A foul was made to in an attempt to stop that play, and it was not stopped. So therefore, we start off with a penalty from the midfield, but this time it is in favour of Abu Dhabi. And Kaku Raja. Kaku. Solid horseman, great hit of the ball. Comes in, gives that ball a ride. It's up the front door. He's looking for his man who's up there. The man who's up there is Yabrudi. Yabrudi comes in, good backhand, tries to put it across the face of goal, but it's well read and anticipated there by Abruzio. And Abruzio picks it up and turns it back in towards an attacking play, but he's being hassled hard there by Bautista. Tries to keep going forward, but Bautista's hassling work. You saw him reach back to try and pick it up. He has to pull that one away again by Abruzio because Abruzio's hunting him down here now. And there are two Abu Dhabi players in onto that one there, just hassling. But the man who comes out with the spoils, or nearly does, was Ambrosio, and he's still working on it. Him, Bautista having a big old tussle on this one here, but it is Ambrosio to come away with it here now. Ambrosio up over the halfway line. The first two to go. He comes forward, goes onto his near side and sends that one up long. Looking for Elouan. Elouan's trying to get into it. It looks like he's going to try and take the man and leave the ball behind there for Kaku. It gets left behind and Elouan comes in with a shot in towards goal, but it doesn't quite make it and the backhand comes in. Clearing away. Changes the flow of play. Nicely there for Yabrudi to come in on the near side to take the play forward, but it goes backwards in towards the goal area. But unfortunately for El Barsha, it's out over the back line. And that there will end Chukka number 3 with a score being 8 goals. It is to El Barsha. 6 for Abu Dhabi, coming back harder, Abu Dhabi. And so we'll go to a quick break here now for a few adverts and Polo Line. Adverts and messages from Polo Line before we come back for our 4th and possibly final Chukka of our subsidiary final.
Here's the goal of the match. Could be goal of the season. Look at this. I love that. Beautifully judged by Riglos. A lovely touch there to get that one through the posts. So good. We've shown it twice. Here's Tommy. Coming through at pace, goes near side, ball comes up short of that back line nicely for him, and he gets the flick and gets it across the line. And this could well be a goal from the MVP. What a game Khaled Al Omran had. Riglos.
And so welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers. And we can see there the lineups, teams going back out in the field. And Chukka by Chukka, we have our Chukka number 1, 4-1, 5-4, 8-6 it is. So Barsha managing to keep control of this game so far. And let's see what Abu Dhabi have coming back here in Chukka number 5, for Chukka number 4, possibly our 4th and final Chukka. So let us see. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here now. And we have, of course, the ball placed on the back line for those viewing here at Ghantoot in Abu Dhabi, with Kaku Raja to bring this ball into play for Abu Dhabi. Kaku taps this one up forward here now. Kaku Raja brings this up there to his marker. Kaku looks whose teammates are, sends that one out towards the far side of the field from us here at Polo Line
for Bautista to pick up. Bauti goes there with that one, sends that one, realizes he's got Kaku going down onto it. Kaku gets onto that line, sends it out forward here now once again, looking to get up onto Gaziri. Gaziri gets away there from Hani Jebse. Ball's left behind. Jebse comes in with the hook and the ball's left and trying to get onto it there was Ambrosio, but maybe he was underneath the arm of Kaku Raja. Let's see if what you can see on the replay here now. So the ball's left. And where is the line? Let's see. You see Ambrosio coming up the old line, and maybe a new line was created in favour of Abu Dhabi. And it looks like the line was Ambrosio as the ball is brought back into play once again by Juan Ambrosio for El Barsha, going at pace there on the far side of the field. Flat chat down the field. It is Willens. Willens shuts it down a little bit, plays the ball in the air. Bauti coming in to spoil him, does so, shuts the man down, keeps possession of the ball. He's going to turn it away from him if he can. Comes stick side, goes on, stays onto his stick side there. Unfortunately, loses sight of that one slightly and quickly flashing onto that one there is going to be Willens. Willens picks it up onto his near side here and looks to turn the other way, but he's being swamped there by Kaku Raja. Raja gets away there from the long reach of Eloan and he goes out forward here now, does Kaku Raja. Raja once again, but he gets hooked off out of that one there. The backhand comes in by Eloan. He tries to put a little bit more power onto it. It's going the right way, the right direction, in towards the goal. The accuracy was right, just didn't quite have the distance on it. So Bautista comes back, turns it back in defence once again. Bautista taking it away from the danger zone as he opens that shoulder up and sends it up forward, looking for Kaku Raja going up forward here this afternoon. Kaku Raja just get hooked off out of that one there, and the ball's who's to be first back round up onto this one here. Ambrosio avoids the hooking play there from Bautista, but we get a whistle on the play. So whose line was it? Let us see. And on our replay, trying to get back onto that is Ambrosio, and two Abu Dhabi players coming back at him. One coming in between the two players. And it looks like we have a spot penalty here now. The line deemed to be more in favour of Abu Dhabi. And therefore, we have a spot penalty here now. Penalty 5 in favour of Abu Dhabi. Brought in there nicely by Kaku Raja. Araja on the play here now. Araja taps it up forward. Araja once again goes up. Plays a bit of show and go with Alawan. Reckons he's got the pony and he seems to do so far. This time, over shoulder up. Looks for that next shot, but he gets stopped in his attack. And the ball is left there for Willens. Willens cuts it back to himself, or tries to do so, couldn't get onto it cleanly. It's now picked up here beautifully by Bautista. Bautista, one more tap and through the goal it is. A lovely goal there for Abu Dhabi, making it goal number 7 on the board there for Abu Dhabi. 8 for El Barsha, closing the gap all the time. We can see on our replay there, Willens looks to try and turn that one away, just left it behind, and that was enough for Bautista to put it away. So back to the middle of the field it is once more. Ball into play, out the front of the line out. It pops once again, looking for that one there. Gaziri sends a backhand, stopped though by Willens. Willens sets the attack once more, going back with him there is Kaku Raja. So he sends a little backhand, sends it out here now for Ambrosio to pick up and keep on the progression, going up forward here now. It is Ambrosio. Ambrosio comes forward, might have shown a bit too much of that one there to Kaku, flicks it round onto a stick side and cuts the backhand in, looking for his teammate to get back to it in the form of Bauti. But it looks like it's going to be Willens gets onto this one here first, and as he does, he just gets collected there by Bautista. And so we've got Willens on the ground, grimacing some course. The first one termed to try and help him out is going to be Bautista. It looks like he's been collected by the horse in his ribs. Hopefully it's just winded him and nothing more. He's up, but he's certainly grimacing some. So we'll just have a quick break here. But it looks like it's his arm or his hand he's more concerned about, and especially if it's that right one, because that's your mallet hand. All players having to play right-handed. And so the ambulance finally arrives. And it looks like he's been cracked on his elbow. And there's nothing funny about a funny bone.
So we will have this break here now whilst he gets attended to, and we certainly hope he's able to continue playing on in this match. He's a vital part here of this team. And I just see we have Nasira Yusuf. He's tuning in on Facebook there, so good afternoon to you. Some 426 views so far there on Facebook. It's a good solid number here for this sub-final. And so we'll just have a quick break here now whilst Willans is attended to, and go to a quick break from Polo Line. So welcome back here now to our Polo Line viewers. As you see, mounted back up again, bit of the magic spray, and off we go again. And hopefully adrenaline will kick in and it'll be sorted out. And so let's see what the umpires have decided. Evidently a little bit of harsh riding on that one there by Bautista. Misuse of the horse's head into the player, and probably what it was probably the horse's bit, the steel bit in its mouth that cracked him in the hand or in the elbow. So we have a penalty here now from the 30-yard line in favour of El Barsha. And just teeing it up there is Juan Ambrosio. We'll circle round up onto this one here now. If it's a 30, it's an undefended penalty for Ambrosio. Just coming round here beautifully. Juancho comes in, puts it away, flags it off. Another one on the board there for El Barsha. They now have their 2-goal margin once again, which has been whittled away by Abu Dhabi every time. And they're still there. 2-goal margin. And so the players leave the field. We're going to have a quick half-time change here now. But you see Tommy Willens, he's just going to try and warm that arm up a little bit more. So he's been given a ball by the umpire to stick and ball, although normally in between chuckers or half-time it's not permitted to stick and ball, but in extenuating circumstances such as this, he's been given the opportunity to try and warm that arm up and get it back into the rhythm once again, because after all, it was the right arm, your mallet arm, which was injured. So Abu Dhabi quickly coming back out, hungry to get this one underway once again. 9-7's the score, and for our Polo Line viewers, you can see on Polo Line our Instagram handle is at Polo Line OK, Facebook Polo Line Int, and Polo Line TV on YouTube. But you should always download the Polo Line TV app to keep you up to date with all polo throughout the world for live games, see past games, and also some wonderful interviews with players, managers, and everything and anything to do with polo. Certainly the premier polo site in the world. So as we just wait here now, Kaku's pony just gets a bit of a scare. So just players coming back out on the field here now. You see El Barsha coming back on as well. Ambrogio's going the wrong way. And so we'll be starting off with a roll in here. So yeah, Ambrogio just going back to make sure that Willens is fine, and they'll be lining up, heading towards Dubai, will the El Barsha team. That's from left to right. So ball back into play. It is once again out the back of the line. Out it comes. Couldn't pick it up there. Good Kaku, but Ambrogio gets called off it and leaves it for Willens once again. Willens comes forward, gets stopped, but managed to pick up the play. Willens going up past Kaku Raja on this one here now. Drives the ball in towards the middle of the field. Trying to get up the middle of the field here is Kaku. So he takes the man, puts it onto the near side there. There's Willens, but couldn't quite find the goals there under good pressure by Kaku Raja. And it just goes to the left-hand side of the goals. So the ball's placed down the back line here now for Kaku Raja to bring back into play once again for the Abu Dhabi team. Chucker number 4, 3.5 minutes left to play, or 3 minutes until the first shooter. If they're tied, they'll play the 30 seconds. If not, that will be the end of the match. So ball sent up there by Kaku. Nice way to pass up there for Bautista. Bauti comes up onto this one once again. Bauti skies that ball and out. Unfortunately, it looks like that one's gone over the boards, and therefore there will be a free hit where it went out over the boards. It's counted down by the umpire. A ball's been dropped, and it's going to be Ambrogio to bring it back in. No, he goes forward and leaves it for Willens. Willens taps it up here now. Willens opens that shoulder up and gently just pops that one up the front door, and he's looking there for Elowen. Elowen looks to try and get onto it. Keeps a little flick shot. No, there was no angle. Absolutely no angle whatsoever. And through the goal it is there. Even the goal judge couldn't believe it. An outstanding goal there from Elowen. Comes in here. He goes with that little cut shot and gets a bit of spin on it and puts it between the goalposts. It can't have been anything more than 50 centimetres from the back line, if that. And he manages to cut it away through the goal. So that's double figures there for El Barsha. 10 goals to 7 is the score. So back to the middle of the field it is. Ball bowled back into play. Gets stuck in the melee this time, and it's coming away with it once again. Willens on the move, hunting him down there is Araja. Willens, he has to get the longer distance. He goes wide, takes the man, goes back to the ball. Underneath the neck, he comes with it and plants it away. So there's another quick 2 back-to-back goals there for El Barsha. 11 goals it is for El Barsha, 7 for Abu Dhabi. Lovely goal there. See, he goes to the man, got the better of the player, then goes back to the ball and just finishes that one off beautifully there. Does Willens. The adrenaline's working well. He's not feeling that elbow at the moment, but I'm sure he will afterwards. Nothing like a good bit of ice. So it is now for umpire right to bowl that ball back into play once again. Right. Bowls the ball in. Into play it goes. Out the middle of the line out it was. Elowen tries to get hold of that one up the front door there for Willens. Looked like he was going to go, but it falls here for Bautista. Bautista sends that one up over the front door here now. He's got Kaku playing at number 1 and he's gone forward. Hani being looked after there by Gaziri, and it's going to be another little tap-tap fiddle session there for
Kakuraja, lovely work there out of the line out. Well-positioned players, visible where they are. Puts it up, lets the ball do the work. Goal number 8 on the board there for Abu Dhabi. 8 goals to 11 is the score. With 1 minute and some change. In fact, about 30 seconds left to play here in this chukker. So 8-11 is the score. Ball into play. Out the line, out it comes. It is Ambrosio has it. No, Kaku has it again. Leaves it though, but unfortunately it's picked up by opposition player in the form of Willis and takes it away around past there from Kaku, and he's going deep down into his own corner looking for some clear country where he can find a little bit of space to make an attack here. Goes with the open backhand. Nice play there. Trying to put it up here for Eloan. Slips onto that line well. Goes with the first time play to put this one up here for Hani. Hani comes in, picks it up nicely. Gaziri going back, and there goes the hooter, ladies and gentlemen. So that there will end our subsidiary final of the Emirates International Polo Championships, and running out the winners, El Barsha Polo over Abu Dhabi. So you can see there the two teams congratulating and thanking their umpire, congratulating each other and thanking their umpires for a very jubilant El Barsha. And for those interested, the progression of the match here, it is at the end of chukker number 1, 4-1 for El Barsha, 5-4 at the end of chukker number 2. The gap closed there by Abu Dhabi. And all the time, it was nip and tuck all the way. Every time Abu Dhabi came back again, El Barsha snuck another one in. At the end of chukker 3, it was 8-6. And at the end of chukker number 11, it was 11 goals to 8. With El Barsha running out the winners. And now we'll go to some of the best goals there for our Polo Line viewers. That was an immense goal there by Eloan. Where are they all? Just phenomenal. You see even Bauti telling him to wave that flag. This was a nice one here by Willens. Willens managed to get a lot of space out there. He had time just to check up and make sure of that one under no pressure whatsoever. And here Gaziri managed to sneak there in front of Willens and managed to put that one away. So a nice goal there by His Excellency, and I'll score a couple of goals out here this afternoon. And this one here is Kakuraja. Found a little bit of a window and just popped that one away nicely. As always, this one here had to work hard on it, did El Barsha. Bauti thought that he had been wrongly hooked or something, having a bit of a protest, but the umpire's not having a moment of it, and through the goal is given. And this one coming up here now, and this ball carries on through the goal because there's nothing that Bauti could have done with that one whatsoever. And here we go. Bauti coming forward here now. Goes to try and flick that one away there, just Willens, but he's got no play on that at all, for it's behind the pony. And it's been put away there by Bauti. And there we have down at the kids zone at the end that El Barsha are encamped. We go now to our stats at the end of the match. It was 11-8. Field goals, 6 apiece it was. The throw-ins, even Stevens, fouls. There's your answer, ladies and gentlemen. 4 by El Barsha, 11 from Abu Dhabi. Penalties, 5 from 6. You got way more penalty opportunities there, did El Barsha over Abu Dhabi. 2 from 2 for Abu Dhabi. Corners, no attempts, and there was a yellow card given out there to the Abu Dhabi team member. And so, ladies and gentlemen, for myself, Adam Snowden, and Polo Line, we'll be back with you at just before 5 o'clock for our grand final of the Emirates International Polo Championships 2026.